Alright guys, welcome back once again to the South Korean ladder. We have a very interesting game here in between the two pro players. So let me just start by introducing the players to you guys. As we are spawning here in the low right in the teal, it is BLACKYOUTUBE. A very interesting name here for him. And of course here from the C9 clan. As I see Flash has joined the C9 clan in the lower left. In the white it is Flash, the known Terran player, the best player that ever was in Starcraft. So yeah, we should have a very interesting game. As you can see from the timer, quite a short replay which we have here. So what exactly is going to happen here? Who's going to be the one cheesing? Perhaps you're going to be seeing a timing push. Perhaps the cheese from the Protoss is going to work out here against Flash. We're about to find out what exactly is going to happen. Build order seems to be normal, so no piling into the middle of the map. Pretty standard stuff here into the early game. Supply depot for Flash here as well. APM is really high. Actually, BLACKYOUTUBE also has quite a high APM, almost 200 more APM than Flash. Flash seems to be more relaxed, just chilling here with 250 of an APM, going for his barracks, very likely to block, or a little bit to block the entrance here from outside. There's the gateway from the Protoss. So yeah, currently nothing out of the ordinary. None of the player wants to cheese or to fast expand yet. The pretty normal build order here for both players, as we do have quite an early scout here by Flash at around the 1 minute and 40-second mark. Is he going to be lucky, however, to go to the lower right part? No, he decides to go onto the upper part, perhaps even crossing the map indeed. So yeah, of course, given the fact that he's a pro, or he's going to build a factory here in the middle of the map, it also could be a possibility, but no, he's just scouting now as his barracks is about to get finished. Let's have a look at the Protoss, also starting to move out with his probe. Should be cybernetics core, already mining some gas. Flash with no gas actually for him. So yeah, quite interesting, as the SCV is still scouting here the map. Yeah, Flash did save some minerals for the fast expansion here. And yeah, there we have the probe, which is actually going straight towards the middle left part of the map. So it looks like indeed the Protoss is going to be cheesing. I believe he's going to place a pylon here with a robotics facility bay, or is it perhaps a gateway? Could this be the Citadel of Adun? We might see him go for High Templars, sorry, for Dark Templars, the invisible units. How is Flash going to hold his, or is he going to be able to hold, even sending another probe out here? Very sneaky move by the Protoss, but I believe Flash is going to see the Citadel. Hold on, we do have a Zealot here that is blocking the entrance. So right now Flash is pretty much blind. He has no idea what exactly is happening into the main from Protoss. There's the gateway, and we will have Dark Templar rush versus Flash. How is Flash going to react to that? No satellite for him, no engineering bay for him. Of course, it's very early on to build that. There is the Templar Archive, and as soon as the Templar Archive is finished, the first DTs can be sent out. So Flash is still scouting the map. Of course, he knows that it could be a cheesy gameplay with a robotics facility bay, but he still has no idea about this location right here. Perhaps he's going to be sending out a second SCV. Let's see if what's going to happen. Still scouting the map. Of course, it's very important to have as much vision as possible onto the map versus the opponent. And yeah, let's see where Flash is going to be going here. And actually the SCV now moves forward, and with that Flash should be ready. He needs to build that engineering bay as fast as possible. There's the engineering bay already getting produced. There's the SCV. Sees now that it is indeed going to be a DT rush, and there's a interesting reaction by BLACKYOUTUBE, as Flash is perhaps happy now to find the location there from the DTs. Is he going to be able, however, to hold this? Let's see, the engineering bay should finish right very soon, as now in come the first Dark Templars, even with one Dragoon here backing them up. So yeah, first Dark Templar on the way. Zealot is also here, so the Protoss is pretty much throwing everything he has. There are the SCVs getting pulled here. Nice blocking the entrance here with some supply depots. A very smart move by Flash, and I believe with that he might be able to hold this. He has 3 Marines into the bunker. The turrets are about to get finished, and even the SCVs in the front have to fight for their life. So yeah, the first Dark Templar is moving forward. One has been sniped, so one DT could be a little bit problematic in case he's moving here forward. Mines, I believe, are not yet upgraded here for Flash, as yeah, 1DT is here, but the main entrance is pretty much brought here by Flash. And with that, I believe he did hold the he did hold the harassment by the opponent. One SCV is getting sniped. So yeah, some SCVs have fallen, but 2 Dark Templars have fallen here as well. And I believe with that, a lot of the investment here from the Protoss is pretty much in vain, as he's still producing Dark Templars, interesting enough. Perhaps he's going to be going for a shuttle to drop those Dark Templars into the main from Flash. But there's also a turret there. And yeah, with that, Flash is going to abuse a little bit the movement from the Vultures versus the Zealots. Even the Dark Templar here is trying, of course, to snipe the bunker, but there's also many SCVs repairing it. And with that, Flash, of course, is going to be able to hold. So quite a cheesy gameplay here by the Protoss, but I think that Flash has everything under control here from the opponent. So very lucky scout by Flash. Of course, you have to think about the fact that it is indeed a map with some ramps, so the enemy can of course hide some buildings in the back. And yeah, good micro here by Flash, as so many SCVs are still on idle, but of course they have to repair the units from Flash. And yeah, let's just see how the game is going to continue. We do have a tank now for him. Siege ability not done yet, another tank, but there is range for this one tank, even sniping the Dragoon here, very funny from the high ground. So pretty good stuff here by Flash. 2 Dark Templars, of course, try to buy as much time as he can to block the exit from the opponent. But yeah, I believe Flash looking very good here. His defense is also looking very good. However, speed legs are about to get finished, so let's just see how this is going to work. An interesting upgrade here, infantry armor here for Flash. Perhaps a interesting decision here by him to go for infantry upgrade. Perhaps a misclick, who knows. But yeah, an armor, let's just check if he has an armor. You know, he actually does have even a Terran Academy, so he might go for Steam Marines. Could be a possibility here for him. Yeah, we do have a stalemate now, but we do also have movement speed here for all of those tanks, and with that, all of a sudden the Protoss is now coming back into this game with so many Zealots. So what a funny game we have here indeed. The Protoss not giving up, all of a sudden in a very good position for him. The ramp is pretty much blocked, but the Protoss is getting great surrounds here against those tanks. The DTs have done a great job here, and now the SCVs have to fight against this all-in by the Protoss. So many Zealots are still alive here for the enemy from Flash. Still more damage is being taken for the enemy here from Flash, and from Flash here as well. SCVs have to be pulled, so quite chaotic scenes here. All of a sudden the Protoss is back into this game. What I saw that it was a great defense here by Flash has turned into a pretty much disastrous situation here for him, as so many units are pulling forward here by the Protoss. So the Protoss not giving up, still onto one base, but he is looking quite strong now all of a sudden versus Flash. Scan goes out, so this 1DT will also be snapped. So Flash did take some casualties. Worker wise, however, he has 5 more workers than the opponent, and BLACKYOUTUBE actually deciding now to just pretty much exit the game. So yeah, what a interesting game we had here. I believe BLACKYOUTUBE could have stayed into the game. He did have the disadvantage of the huge investment here into this location, but we saw how much damage a Zealot run by can do. So he could have stayed, if you ask me, just rebuild those units. And interesting enough, Flash now opting to go for that upgrade for the Marines instead of going for the upgrades for the Vulture. There it is, finally the first speed has started, and this is quite a, perhaps he was drinking a little bit infantry armor, but who knows what plans did he have. Perhaps he will try to add a starport with some drops versus the opponent. It could have been a possibility here for him. But yeah, good game, and also very nice inspiration game in case you're getting rushed as a Terran from the opponent. Flash showing, of course, how important it is to scout the map out against the Protoss, as many Protosses really like to do these kind of rushes versus the Terran, as the Terran is struggling early on with vision versus the opponent. So yeah, the invisible units, the Dark Templars, could inflict quite some great damage versus the Terrans. But yeah, all in all, a good game, a very nice cheesy gameplay here by BLACKYOUTUBE. And I said I don't know who he is, perhaps his name is also Black. I did know one player that was called Black, but he played Dota, I believe he's from Germany. So maybe it is him, who knows. But yeah, all in all, a very good game. And at one point I was thinking that Black could have won the game with his second push with the Zealots and the Dark Templars. But in the end, Flash holding with some casualties. But yeah, holding and forcing the leave for Black. So all in all, a good game. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you get inspired. We'll be seeing, of course, in the next replays. This is Tommy signing out.